What's up, y'all? It's TZ here, and I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful how people have different tendencies that come natural to them. For instance, like some people are so go 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 in their busybodies, right? And it's so hard to get these people to slow down and rest, and it's so hard to get these people to take a breather and reflect. You know, so that whenever they get going again, they'll be recharged and refreshed, right? These people have a tendency to burn out. These people have a tendency to be caffeine addicted or any type of stimulant. They're taking it to continue to go, go, go and keep up and maintain that lifestyle. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, you got people that are a little bit too chill, a little bit too laxed, right? And you can't get these people going for nothing, it seems like. You can't get these people to be productive as much as you could get, as much as you could get. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a little analogy. I don't know, man. Shoot. You can't get these people to be productive as much as you could get a 2-year old to not whine all day or something like that. That's a good one. So, yeah, it's people out there that move real slow. It's hard to get them going, hard to get them motivated to expend any energy. Now, if you could find a happy medium and maybe sometimes 75-25 on either side, then that's a good place to be in life, man. Because sometimes you gotta slow it down. You know, sometimes you gotta slow it down. Whenever you are on a pursuit that takes a lot of energy, whenever you are managing 1,000 things, and maybe you compensating for someone in your life who's not at 100%. For instance, if you're married, like myself, some days my wife is not 100%. Some days she may be operating at 70%. Some days she may be operating at 50%. Some days she may be operating at 30%, right? And so on those days, in order to keep the household operating correctly, in order to keep my kids' needs met, in order to do all the things that need to be done, I may have to overcompensate for the loss of her for the loss of her energy and for the loss of her efforts, right? And the same thing when I'm down. Sometimes I may catch a 24 to 72 hour flu in the fall or in the winter, right? So I might be operating at 15-20%. Well, shoot, that means my wife's got to pick up for all that 85-80% that she lost out on with me being sick. And that takes a lot out of a person. But with that being said, sometimes a person needs to rest because in life we do have to overcompensate for a spouse or for whoever. And sometimes we do have three things that demand a lot of our time. A lot of people have jobs and then they have a side gig where they make an additional income that takes up their time. A full-time job takes up a lot of your time, and then having a family on top of that. A family is a full-time job. You have to still make sure that your wife feels heard. You still have to make sure that you and your wife have a connection and a good relationship. And then if you throw children into the mix, of course you want to be a part of your children's life. Of course you want to teach them and watch their growth and watch them blossom, right? And then, where in the world do you fit solitude and alone time into that equation, right? So, my point of this video to prioritize to prioritize rest and prioritize recovery, you know? And sometimes things that aren't planned, they just simply don't happen. But things that are written down, things that are intentionally, you blocked out a segment of time intentionally for a certain activity, those things tend to get done at a higher rate than when you just living spontaneously. So if you one of them go people, block out some rest and some recovery time. Block out some time for rest, man. I had to do it today. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just be present with my family today after work. I'm not thinking about nothing else. I ain't doing nothing else. My wife really loves when I make beef jerky. Okay? I've had 1,000 things going on for the past like 2 months, and I haven't made beef jerky for her in like 2 months. It takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to put everything together and get it dehydrated. So I said, you know what? We got a whiteboard on our refrigerator, and I wake up for work before she wakes up. And sometimes I'll leave her a little message on the whiteboard that whenever she wakes up, she'll walk in the kitchen and see the little message on the whiteboard. It might say, "Have a blessed day." It might say something like, "Pray," whenever the kids are, you know, taking up a lot of your energy or whatever. I might leave her a little word. Well, today I wrote on the whiteboard, "I am making you jerky today." And so that's me being intentional about I'm taking 45 minutes to an hour to do this for my wife because I know she loves it. I've been putting it on the back burner. I've been neglecting the things that she loves. I'm going to put that on the back burner. I'm going to put that on the forefront of my mind on my priorities list. And then I said, you know what? These children that I created, these children that did not ask to be here, I'm going to be intentional about hanging out with them. So I took my little son. We played some basketball on his basketball goal. We sat down and read one of my favorite books from when I was young, and it's one of his favorite books now. Sat down and read that. It's called Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. That's one of my favorite books of all time. It's a very inspirational book to say that it's a kid's book. So I said, yeah, man. Me and my little dude was hanging out, had a wonderful time. He leaning on my shoulder while I'm reading him the book. These are priceless moments. This is my idea of rest and recovery, just being present with these children, being present with my wife, serving her, doing something that I know she loves, right? And I just want to encourage everybody that's watching this video. Work takes up a huge portion of our life, our ambitions and things like that. If it's not directly tied to the family, sometimes it can take precedent over the family. And you know what? We have to take a step back sometimes, allow it to sit for a day or two, and just be present with the family. This video is as much for me as it is for anybody watching it. I'm speaking to myself as well. Because regardless of what our endeavors are, regardless of our purpose, our first ministry, if we have a family, is our family. That should be our first priority outside of the Lord. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys listening. I love y'all. Hopefully this word resonates on your heart. Hopefully it means something to you. Hopefully you can apply it. If you do apply it, let me know how it goes for you in the comments. Y'all have a blessed day.